Hello and welcome to the show. Real talk now. When the rules of the game change, we have to learn how to adjust. After affirmative action was overturned, a lot of students of color were left wondering how they should approach applying for college. Today's guests say it's one of the reasons they crafted a second edition of their book called The Black Family's Guide to College Admissions. Please welcome to the show the authors Timothy Fields and Shareem Herndon Brown. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you for being us. Yes, this book is a gem and an asset to a lot of parents. And just to be clear, we understand everybody has children applying for college, but we also understand that sometimes in our community, things are different. Maybe you're the first generation. There may not be the legacy, a lot of things that you wanted to sort of really hone in on for Black families trying to apply for college. First, tell us just a little bit about what you do and how you got here.
So I am the Senior Associate Dean of Undergraduate Admission at Emory University, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Been there the past 20 years.
Okay. So you've seen a whole lot of essays.
Absolutely.
And a lot of
applications, a lot of essays.
You brought that expertise to the book. And
Absolutely.
How about you?
I'm a former school counselor. I actually have an educational consulting firm now, Strategic Admissions Advice. So I help families to navigate the college admissions process independently. So we have a great duo of admissions and applications. So we kind of wove that together to hopefully support families.
Yes, and this process it's a given, right? It is going to be stressful, but there are ways to manage, right? And a lot of it comes just with the preparation, which you say should start early.
Yeah, definitely. We are committed to closing the information gap, and we believe that starts early. You know, Tim cites a great statistics about, 2/3 of families that are not African American or brown or Black students get their information from their household about the college admissions process, where not enough of us do. So we figured we'd write the book in a way to not just prepare students and parents for the process, but to help them to, like you said, dissect it, de-emphasize it to an extent where they're not going to be stressed out too much. So we thought that would be a great way to kind of share with people the difference between predominantly white institutions as well as historically Black college universities.
And so let's talk just about those differences, because some people are like, oh, what's the big deal? What's the difference? And others are like, no, I want this kind of experience versus the other. In your experience and with the families you've worked with, let's talk about the differences.
Yeah, so as we went about writing the book, the book was initially written in 2020 as we were in the pandemic. Everybody was at home, and we interviewed over 300 families from across the country. First generation, fourth generation, graduate of predominantly white institutions, graduate historically Black college universities, the whole gamut, just because we wanted to get multiple perspectives. And as we were going about that, we found that there were generally three buckets of families. There were the families that went to predominantly white institutions, felt they were inherently better, had better resources, financial aid, and that they were going to better prepare their children for the real world. Then there were parents who went to historically Black college universities, said, my child is going to HBCU, my money's going to HBCU. That's the end of story. That's what it's going to be. And then the third is going to be families that are going to consider both. However, the first two were really the loudest.
Right.
As far as, their preferences, as far as what they wanted for their child. And we wanted people to be open. So if you're going to look at only HBCUs, why are you only looking at HBCUs? If you're only looking at predominantly white institutions, why are you looking at those? Because both could potentially have something to offer your child.
The environment that you need, the setting that you need, the major, the resources. So it's important, really, would you say, to focus on what it is you want to do and then find the school that is going to be best for you from all perspectives?
We like to share that the 4 key pillars to any great college search should start with cost, right? College is expensive. You talked about the FAFSA. Cost, then location, terms about being physically safe, emotionally safe, distance from home or not, depending on what the family situation is. Going to college with intentionality, so major. What are your strengths? What are your interests? What do you think about doing, which will lead to a career? So if you add in cost, location, major, career, we think you're off to a great start in the college search. There'll be other X factors, but keep those 4 as the core.
I like that again. Cost,
location, major, and career.
That's really good. That is really good, because that's the kind of conversation you can even have with your 8th graders, your
Absolutely.
9th graders, right? Because these conversations don't start junior and senior year.
Correct.
They may not know exactly what it is they want to do, but you can talk to them about the gifts that they have and what you do with those gifts, right? If you're planning to go to college.
And we think it's very important that parents stay involved and engaged in this process, right? You're the one footing the bill. So Tim tells a great story of when in your life would you give a 17, 18-year-old $250,000 to just run their lives for the next 4 years?
Right.
Maybe to start a business, but at the same time, you need to be very judicious about how you allocate your funds so that your children can feel supported.
Right. And being involved and monitoring, but not doing too much. Right? Like there's some parents who are like, no, I need to fill this out I need to do this part. I need to do that part. No, the kids have to do what's going to be a reflection of how things work when they're in school.
And it's a partnership. It's a partnership. So obviously you're not turning the reins completely over to the child, but also you as a parent are going to be involved, helping them meet the deadlines. But ultimately the student is going to be the one who's going to be on that campus.
Yeah.
But so throughout the process, we want parents to partner with their children. In our second book, we had a chapter on mental health, which we had a psychiatrist who really kind of gave some insight. She says, everybody has a compromise.
Right.
The parents aren't going to get what they want. The students probably going to get what they want, and you'll probably meet someplace in the middle, and everybody will be happy.
Everyone and God's going to look out for all of us, right? When it's all said and done. All right, good start to a great conversation. So much ground to cover here. So coming up when we return, you're going to meet Cameryn and her mother, Faye. They're going to share what they did to secure more than $1 million in scholarships. Now, that 4.3 GPA has surely helped a lot, but they say there are some other steps that all kids can take if you're trying to get money for college. So stay with us. The conversation continues when we return. Hey there, Portia here. Listen, that was a good conversation, wasn't it? Want to see the rest of it? Just go to PortiaShow.com, scroll down until you see that particular episode. But listen, before you scroll on out of here, I need you to do me a favor, please. Like, comment, let us know what you thought of that episode, and subscribe. And if you already are a subscriber, we sure appreciate you. In the meantime, we'll be sure to see you on the next episode of Portia, and you can catch us weeknights on Fox Soul as well. Tell your friends. Tell them to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.